I'm Chris Hayes, and thanks to Healthy Wexford, we're going to visit some of the many groups around Wexford involved in community growing of varying types. This Seeds to Success series will visit newly established gardens and ones that have been around for a long time. Come with us and discover these gems on your doorstep and be inspired for your own community. Here we are, Irishtown, just outside New Ross to see the allotment project, and the sun is really come out for us. We are used to hedgerows and fences defining boundaries, and while allotments are smaller defined spaces, they have a big heart that is an ideal place to grow, learn and socialise. New Ross Allotments is a project which was initiated in 2011 to combat social isolation and to improve health and well-being. It won the Community Health category in the Pride of Place Awards in 2014.
This was a project, I suppose, an interagency approach. It was, about social inclusion. It was started about 10, maybe more, 10, 15 years ago. It was a massive success for us in New Ross, and great usage, and, kept and ran to a very high standard.
Aileen Jordan is a horticulturist who is based here, growing plants for the entire district. Part of what you do up here in the New Ross Allotments is you're growing flowers for the wider area. Of New Ross.
Yeah, and South County Wexford, about 25 villages.
Okay,
yeah,
that many,
yeah.
She works closely with the allotment holders and is in a great position to see some of the benefits of the facility.
They love coming up here, and it's a peaceful place, and a lot of them don't have back gardens, so it's somewhere to spend their time.
And it's always great when you come up and you see in the car park, oh, so-and-so is here, I haven't seen him in ages or whatever. It is very good, yeah, and it's lovely because I've met loads of new friends, because we're all kind of from the one area, but we wouldn't have known each other until we got in here, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's brilliant, definitely. Definitely the old crack up here with all the people, yeah.
33 allotments, and there's 30 taken up. They sign a contract for a year, and it's €40 for unemployed, and it's 50 for people that are working for the year. So there's less than €1 a week.
Why did you want an allotment to begin with?
Well, it was my husband's fault, because he was going on, I'd love to grow my own potatoes and the whole lot. And then I said, that's what I'll do, I'll get him one of them. Sure, when I got for him, he didn't want it because he hadn't the time for it. So I came up, and I was told to dig it 6 times on each side, and I did. And I said, I'm going to keep this for myself. And that's what happened. And I'm growing ever since.
I never grew any vegetables in my life, so it was a big surprise, but it was just something to do to get out of the house.
And what was it that you worked at?
I work in accounts.
Okay, yeah. So COVID hit last year, then what happened?
I lost my job, and I was at home for the first time in 22 years.
Right.
So it was really, really hard. So I had no purpose, no reason to leave the house, and my husband just decided to surprise me with this. We live in town, like we don't have a garden. It's like 6 foot square, and it has like a trampoline in it, like. So we had nothing at home.
Right.
So yeah, it actually gave us reason to leave in the mornings, and we spent all our time here, like all our time. Yeah.
And how long have you had an allotment?
Literally only since January. We were about 5 or 6 years ago when the allotments were established. We put our name down to get one, and it didn't. I think everybody just jumped on it. We didn't get it, and then this year we were collecting flowers for the estate that we live in, and the lady said there was allotments available, so we jumped on it straight away because we always wanted one. We live in a semi-D, so you want. We've got young kids, love to be able to grow stuff and let them see how it works, that kind of thing. So from that point of view, we hopped in. So we had a lot of work to do once we got it, but it was just a great thing to have, because we've been waiting for years and just thought we weren't going to get one.
A lot of people know the story of the little red hen. No one would help her do all the work, but everyone wanted to eat the bread at the end. When you come into an allotment, this is what you get. It's a flat space, and then the challenge is a bit of hard work, and you transform it into a space that gives you lovely fresh veg.
It's not everything that'll grow for us. Carrots kind of not the good ground for them, I think. We need to establish a bit more on the Martin now above. Martin, he gives great advice, because he's a gardener for I don't know how many years now, all his life probably. But Martin is great for helping out and giving us advice, and we'd ask Aileen inside, and Joanne that was here before that. Great for advice, you know.
Oh, I love my greenhouse because I was able to come up in January and start most of my stuff off from seeds. So I didn't have to go to the garden centre and buy much. Like, I was able to do all like my cabbage and turnip and broccoli and Brussels sprouts, carrots. I did all this from seed in here, and I helped out a few of the girls, like where I'd started their stuff as well. And you know, we were coming up then from middle of March or the middle of January, say, keeping it going, and then come March when the frost was gone, we had all our own crop ready to go out, so it was good, yeah. And it's really satisfying watching and knowing that you've done it from seed, you know.
You can't beat fresh food, like. There's nothing like coming up here, right, and digging the stock what is, put them in the steamer straight away.
My father was a great gardener, and my mother was a great chef, cook, and it was probably just rubbed off on me, you know. It's great to know that the vegetables I have here in the garden or in the allotment, they have no pesticides or no artificial fertilizers. You know, it's all good homegrown manure in it, you know, and compost. I make my own compost, and you know, and I like to, you know, the freshness of the vegetables. Take them straight from the garden and bring them home and cook them is a lot better than going to a shop. There's something sitting there 2 or 3 days, you know.
Do you preserve a lot of it?
Oh, I do.
How?
I done it yesterday. I took the beetroot out, boil it, and then you add sugar, vinegar, and bit salt in the jars. And I open that in winter, and I'm really looking forward to that.
The new Ross allotments are just outside of New Ross town, as most people know, just outside Irish town. And when you come in here, you go, oh yeah, everybody grows vegetables. But when you start walking around and you look really closely, each allotment is very different to the next one.
I tell you, Irish people love spuds. They will take a half allotment for just potatoes, which I'm not, you know, I buy potatoes in the shop. But I grow the things like, you know, that you don't buy in the shop, like a raw beetroot, dill. I don't know, strawberries. They are nice. They taste different than in the shop, you know, when you grow themselves. So yeah. I try different. I have courgettes and broad beans, even they're nice cucumbers, tomatoes.
If one person cleans up a place, they all follow. You know, the first place to be done was that blue there.
Okay.
So they all kind of said, "Oh, now that looks well." So I think we'll do, but they need to put a bit of paint on it because it gives them ideas then as well. It's like if somebody grows a certain thing like pumpkins or whatever, they might say, oh, that's going well for them, so I'll do that as well.
Okay.
Or sweet corn, any of those different. They're not used to growing sweet corn or pumpkins, or the older people, they mostly potatoes, cabbage.
While an allotment is different to a community garden in that everyone has their own designated space, the one thing that it does allow for is for everybody to get together and lean over one allotment and chat to the person next door. There's a great social aspect to this.
Come up here in the evenings and summer's evening, and the crack is mighty up here, you know. And some evenings you get nothing done at the Black Garden, you know. And but it's some evenings I come up here and there's nobody here only myself, and it's just so calm. Especially when I was a chef, you know, after being in a busy kitchen all day, and come up here then that evening and just chill out and relax and potter away, you know. Time goes so quick up here. It just flies by.
When I want just chill out, I just come here. Especially the days like this is just brilliant. I come up here and you just dig, you know, you put your hands in the soil and you just forget about all the problems at home or at work or somewhere.
The one for me this year was my turnips. It was just, I couldn't believe how well they grew. Like, I was so excited to see them. I was like a big child. But yeah, definitely my turnips. Yeah, definitely.
While allotments are clearly defined separate growing spaces, they are helping to bring people together and foster a real sense of community here in New Ross.